Welcome, podcast fans. It's time for the What's Up Bro podcast show, presented by J&J Production Studios, the home for all your entertainment needs. All kinds of great topics discussed every week, a variety of different themes offered, special guest appearances, prize giveaways, and so much more. Stay tuned. And now, here are your hosts, Sam Crow and Big Hoss.
Good evening and happy Friday to you all. It is I, Sam Crow, here with Big Hoss. How are you, Big Hoss?
I'm doing pretty good.
He made it just in time from the wedding. We weren't sure we were going to have him tonight, but here he is. So it's your good old dynamic duo here with you guys. Hope you're all having a great week. Hope you all had a great 4th of July celebration weekend this past weekend. Maybe you celebrated on 4th of July. It is Friday night, July the 7th. Maybe you guys are going to celebrate this weekend. I never know, because when a holiday falls in the middle of the week, I don't know what the rules are there. I think it's fair to say it's fair game. You can either celebrate just before and just after, or do both. I mean, I don't see why not, right? We could do that. Either way, we're so glad you chose to spend your night with us here at the What's Up Bro show. We're so excited to be here. Very special edition tonight because, which we're going to get to in just a second. We'll explain why that is. With our announcements, which we're going to start with, which we'll jump right in here, which we always do before we start. And just a reminder for you guys, if you didn't tune into last week's episodes, we did mention it. We're going to mention this again before the end of the show tonight. Tonight we're going to go a bit longer because there will be no show tomorrow night. Tomorrow starts my vacation, so we're going to take a break there. So we have a little bit extra episode for you tonight. And a bonus because we didn't think we were going to have Big Hoss, but he's here, so there's an extra plus. Yes, here it is. So as Mr. Liza, hey, Big Hoss is here. Yeah, there he is. So yeah, it is a surprise. I know. See, you look at it, you're shocking everybody tonight. The only non-surprises we have is we don't have Boo Boo. Unfortunately, she is with her mother in the hospital. Our thoughts and prayers are with her. And Mr. Fire is not joining us tonight either.
It's not good.
Yeah, that's what she told me too. Once they call hospice, and that's usually the end of the line there for that one, unfortunately. But we're going to definitely keep them in our prayers, and we wish them the best, and we'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully, she said she might be on next week, so we'll see how that goes. But keep them in your thoughts and prayers, by all means. They could use all that help there. It's never an easy situation to go through, and especially with a parent and a loved one that's that close. How do you magnify? Because really, you're looking at it, and I hate to be blunt, and forgive me for being so, but it's kind of like the whole, this is it. Like, you're just kind of waiting for that clock to run out, which is horrible, but it's just an unfortunate byproduct of life. And I know she said her mom's been dealing with cancer, so I'm sure that's a huge reason why. But nevertheless, it's difficult. It's never easy. So, we wish them the best, and thoughts and prayers there. And we want to hope you guys will keep them in your prayers as well. Very important. We'd appreciate that. They'd appreciate that more so than anything. So, but we are here for you guys tonight, and we're going to give you guys the best entertainment possible. But yes, Big Hoss is here. That really, and I will say that's an added surprise because that's one we were not expecting, and it's perfectly fine because Big Hoss already gave us the forewarning that he would be at the wedding. And, of course, you're partying, so if you party hardy and you weren't in that frame to do it, we'd certainly understand. But it's a very nice surprise for you guys. There you go. And you guys, I'm sure, are just as thrilled as we all are. I'm going to have to fix some stuff here. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking here. But that's great. We love having Big Hoss back here. It's always fun, and that's what makes this great tonight, too, especially because I really thought it was just going to be by myself, because especially when Boo Boo said she wasn't there, and I never know. Sometimes Mr. Fire's with us, sometimes he's not. Depends on his schedule, so it worked out all the way around. So yeah, we will mention that to you guys. Just a reminder that there will be no show tomorrow night, but we'll be back live next weekend. We have an episode already ready to load and up and launch for you guys next Friday. We dive back into the martial arts world with Ramsey Beach, our good friend from Impulse Martial Arts. We got that recorded for you guys. That'll be up and running at our normal time, 10 p.m. Eastern. You can check that out wherever you get your favorite podcast from. You can download the episode anytime you want, take it with you, or listen to it as soon as it hits. That'll be Friday night, July 14th at 10 p.m. Eastern will be a new episode available. And we will be back live Saturday night, July 15th. I will be back. Certainly should be back in plenty of time, so we'll get things rolling that night, which will be awesome. Also, some interesting and some special note reminders. We do have another special episode on the agenda with our good friend Miranda Maverick, UFC fighter who has been on the show before. We did some posts. We are doing kind of a giveaway. We have a signed photo that we might be giving out. So you guys saw our post on there. If you didn't, you need to go on social media, and it's also on YouTube as well. Check out that photo, like it, comment, share it everywhere, so we can see who's involved in that. And we're going to see about possibly either auctioning it off or giving it away, depending on how many people we have. We're going to see how that goes, give that a few weeks to kind of accumulate, but that's a possibility we got running on the table as well. But Miranda's going to be coming back. I did have a chance to meet her in person. If you guys didn't follow the show last weekend, I was able to go visit her. She was in my neck of the woods in the beginning of July. It was a pleasure to meet her face-to-face. And, of course, her husband is a good friend of mine. I was able to catch up with him as well, but it was nice to talk to her. She's looking forward to coming back here. She's just a little bit busy with schedules right now. She's currently in Florida this weekend and also doing some training seminars. So she told me that we'll be in touch and we'll work something out. So that is coming up on the schedule. Time and date TBD, to be determined once we nail that down. But we are looking forward to that, and hopefully we'll see how that goes. And just another possible option there. I don't want to give everybody too excited for that just because nothing is official yet. We might have another special celebrity guest joining us there. Still waiting on word there. Not sure exactly if that's going to happen. I don't want to say who and where and why yet, just because we're still waiting. We're kind of feeling things out and communicating. I will say I reached out. Was surprised to get a response back. Hoping we'll see a response soon, but once we have more details and if we get confirmation, we will spill the tea and tell you who that is. Until that point, just let us know. We have a mystery guest. Actually, I forget to use this sometimes. Let's do that. We have a mystery guest in the lineup coming up. We'll keep you guys posted as we know more. Hopefully later on this week, maybe after next weekend, we'll see. And fingers crossed, it would be awesome to have this person, and we'll give you more details. I really want to spoil it, but I can't because I don't want to get people's hopes up because nothing is official yet. But you guys are just going to have to stay tuned. I will say it'll be worth it if we can get this person to appear. It's going to be amazing. We'll give you more details as they come. So keep your ears open. Make sure you're following us on social media. You can check out our Linktree. All of our social media accounts are there, in addition to all the podcast streaming services that feature our shows. And then we'll keep you guys updated. We'll share on all of our social media if we get details there. And maybe do a quick little promo here as well. So that's also on the docket. Again, that's, first of all, have to nail that down. And then we'll determine a time and date to do that episode. But that's another surprise for you guys. We also have our anniversary show that we're going to work on coming up next month. We're hitting almost 1 year since we started the podcast. Actually, I get so slow on the draw here. 1 year since we hit the podcast. I started that, thank you. So we're going to have a special episode coming up there for you guys. We may actually do a stream. I'm going to see if we can figure out how we're going to do that, but that's a possibility. It's going to be something extra special. We want to kind of mix it up a little bit, so that's there. We'll see if I'm going to see anybody in chats tonight. I don't know. Maybe our good friend Jake will stop by. Nobody yet. But thank you, though, for those of you guys. If you want to chat with us during the show, we do check those, so make sure you send us a message there. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah, all great stuff on the docket and more, and yeah, just so many things coming. A lot of surprises in store, and we'll see what goes on. And sometimes even things just pop up that we're not even prepared for. We never know. So hopefully it'll be something that's going to be exciting, something everybody will enjoy. But we're working hard because we're trying to get the content out for you guys, because this is why we do it. This is what's fun about it. And, we do this because we know you guys really love it, and we love doing it for you. So all those great things and more coming up. So stay tuned, and we'll keep you guys updated. I think that's everything we got. We're going to jump in here, actually. Let me just check my timestamp because I was not expecting to do that. Oh, we got plenty of time here. Okay. So tonight's title for the episode is a special edition. We call it our summer vacation, and we kind of quoted that because obviously this is the last show before vacation. Now, again, there's a possibility. I mentioned this to Big Hoss off air before we started. If he wants to do any episodes of any show this week, it's a possibility. So you guys can stay tuned and keep your eyes peeled. There may or may not be, seeing how the week goes. Either way, we'll be back next week. We are going to get some of the other shows going again. We want to get another episode of Colorado Music, another episode of Chillin' with Sam Crow, and the sports show, as well as the Law and Justice show. That's going to be coming up, so we're going to work on that for the calendar as well. Probably a lot of shows going to hit come August because still got a busy rest of July myself, and it's going to be kind of crazy. So at least we can get the What's Up Bro show out there. That's our main goal. But we will have other episodes of the other podcasts up and running, and you guys can check that out at any point. Thank you guys so much for your support there. Make sure you guys check out, again, follow us on Linktree. I believe you can also subscribe there, email, get notifications if you want to, and just keep you guys updated and get alerts on anything that happens here at the studio. So that's all there for you guys as well. But so the summer vacation episode I want to talk about, and I was thinking about this, and I'm kind of in crazy chaos mode here because we leave for vacation tomorrow, in fact, actually, to be specific, and still lots to do. So there's never a good time where you got everything together, but so still some stuff to work out. But looking forward to it, and I will share this because why is this such a monumental thing, especially for me? Well, I've really not had a vacation, now not including a staycation. I'm not counting that. I'm talking about this is a trip where I can actually get to the beach, which is top of my list for this week. I have not been to the beach in almost 10 years, believe it or not. And I remember going, what? You say I'm not to the beach in 10 years? Just, yeah, busy, and, summer comes. And, of course, with COVID for the last couple of years, not going out, really wanting to be out and about too much. But aside from that, we just, family and friends, never got to the shore. So this week is going to be the week. I'm looking forward to it, getting out there. It's going to be amazing. I just can't. And I envy anybody who gets to the beach on a regular basis, depending on where you live. If you live further on the East Coast or even the West Coast or just even down in Florida, well, it's just still the East Coast, if I do my math and my geography correctly, you have the opportunity to go to the beach on a consistent basis. I extremely and incredibly envy you for that. But I think at the same time, it's important to note that you don't want to have too much of a good thing. And if you did, which speaking of that, I didn't think to add our fire sound. There we go. It's always nice to have that ambiance there. Speaking of beaches, but we have a fire. But you can have a fire on the beach, too. I've never actually done that. But that's a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, I think just the idea of just getting away, and sad part is it's going to fly by quicker than we realize. Naturally, it always is the case. We're going to need a vacation from the vacation. I said that before. It's just nevertheless true. And in this case, being away a little longer, it's going to be like, yeah, well, try not to think about that, rushing back and all that kind of good stuff. But things do happen. So either way, though, the beach is my top haven to hit. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, it's got to be at least 10 years. I can't remember, honestly. I think the last time I was at the beach, God, I don't even really know, to be quite honest. I'm guesstimating by about a decade. That's how I get that figure there. But it's definitely, it's been a while. It's long overdue. I had planned to go away potentially last year and even the year before, but schedules were just busy. Things were happening, and like anything else, the best laid plans, I've said that before, even with a staycation, you can only plan out so many things and accomplish so many things, especially on a short amount of time, which a lot of you guys know. If you go on vacation, unless you're of the exception, I know some people will take nearly month-long vacation. That's plenty of time. Generally, just a few days, maybe a week tops, I think is about the average for vacationers. So, which sounds like a lot, but depending on what you have going on, it really isn't. It goes fast. So, definitely looking forward to that, and just hitting the surf and having some good food, perhaps. I mean, down by the shore, got to get some seafood at least at some point. But yeah, looking forward to it, and just relaxing, getting away, letting the stress melt away. It's the whole point of vacation, really. Getting to a new environment there, which, staycations aren't bad either. Like I said, not knocking it. I've had several of those, and they're a lot of fun, and you can do plenty of things that, my staycations, typically I try to enjoy some other typical things I don't do normally every day, and catch up on some things, and all that stuff you can't do on a normal basis, which, I've said this before, and I mean it even more so. Growing up, it was easier being younger. Now, as an adult, being older, the time is just so much different. It's not what it was, and you just don't have that availability anymore. So that's definitely a huge, huge change there. But why it warrants a vacation away this time, which works out this year, And prepping wise, it's always hard because how do you? I mean, it's packing and it's getting things ready. When you're at home, where you're leaving from to go to, and then it's like, oh man. And I even said this. I'm preparing myself already. I know as soon as we go, as nice as it's going to be, it's just going to be over too quickly. So I keep telling myself, try to enjoy it. Don't think about everything else, and just kind of live in the moment, more or less, in a manner of speaking. And those hardships and the daily struggles and the things that we have every day will come back because we're coming back. It's like I can't hide away forever, but just going to try to enjoy it as much as possible, which is always fun. And when you have that ability to do so, which a lot of people sometimes don't, it depends on family, friends. If you're going on a trip by yourself, a lot of people like to go with people, but it's not always availability. If you go by yourself, even if you hit the beach for a day or two, that's always good. So you could do that, but this is going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy that, and looking forward to having that ability to get away. Kind of like we talked about, Hudson and I were talking about again, we're working on planning the camping trip we want to go on, because that's going to be kind of fun. We're same idea. Only difference is there's not going to be a beach where we're going, at least not that I know of. So if there's a beach up in the mountains that way, I'll be really impressed. But I'm joking. Up, or if we go camping there, I said if we can find a beach up where we're camping in the mountains, I'll be really impressed if the ocean goes that far. So I know, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. I mean, again, the quietness though. Here's the thing. Like, 2 of these are my top favorites: the beach and in the woods. And I don't get camping very much, so if we get a chance to do both of these, this is going to be great because it's just the spots I like to go for relaxation and to get away, because that's the whole point, again, is to relax and to do things. We had that. Mr. Liza and I had our honeymoon there. We had 3 days where we just enjoyed. We didn't do anything. It was so nice. And, of course, it was over too quickly. But it was just that out of the norm, doing something that we don't typically do, which is great. And that's the whole point of that. But that's the same thing with the camping trip, because even if we go and we don't really necessarily do much except maybe a little sightseeing or just camping out and enjoying the fresh air, the craziness stays at home, and we don't have anything else that's going to be taking time away or drawing our attention elsewhere. Makes it all the more better. So taking those opportunities when you get them are highly important, and we say it before, we say it again. If you have a chance for any sort of vacation, a lot of people are right now, which is great. Take it, roll with it, make sure that you do something that you love and enjoy. And if you're going with a group of people, collectively try to work out an arrangement of what you want to do, and maybe you have to come to an agreement on the same place and location where you're going, but just make sure you have fun. Don't overthink it. Don't stress about it. And I say that because it happens almost every time. A lot of prep work going into it to go away, but if you can make it work, it's just going to be beneficial. It's going to be amazing, and you will just enjoy yourself that much more. So that's our goal for this trip this week. That's our goal for the camping trip, and really that's something that we're shooting towards, and hopefully that'll be something that'll be worthwhile and beneficial. So, but enough about that momentarily. I'm curious now. So I want to throw this in since we're having our little table talk here on the fire, and the fire is always nice. It puts me in a good mood, and again, I know it's not a real fire, but it still has the nice ambient sound behind us. So let's chat a little bit about. Tell us about this wedding, Big Hoss. I didn't get many details from you, so enlighten us a little bit. Tell us, why'd you go? Who'd you go for? Bride side, groom side. What'd you do? Who'd you go? I'm assuming you went with your mom, so we can.
Don and Pat.
Your what?
Don and Pat.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean Aunt Dawn?
Yeah.
Oh, how nice. Okay, so she was getting the one got married.
Yeah.
Where did they get married? Wheels? Okay, well, nice. Okay, I'm assuming you went with your mom.
Yeah.
Nice. What kind of? So what was it like there? Did they have food, dancing? What was going on at that time?
Yeah, barbecue.
Nice. What did you have? Did barbecue on any kind of side, like potato salad or what else?
Barbecue, potato salad, coleslaw, chips.
Awesome. So it's kind of like that old-fashioned cookout kind of. That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And then, of course, after all the food was gone,
Mm-hmm.
and I only got one plate, I was like, damn it. So I went to a cheese fries.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. At least that's something. Yeah, that see that's the thing. Like, and I go back to, and again, if you guys are listening for the first time, welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. But I shared this story. Miss Eliza and I have been together for a while, got married within the last month or so, and we had the wedding. That was one thing we talked about was what are we going to do with the food, because everybody usually comes and everybody's going to eat food. We know that. We know this. So, hang on, it's blurry. It's hard to tell. What is that? I can kind of, yeah. If you can, it's because of the screen lighting. If you send me the picture, you can send it through Messenger or something. I can see it better.
I'm not sending you that.
I think I got the gist of it.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, no, that's fine. It's just hard to see because of the reflection of the light, but I get the idea. That's nice. But we talked about the food, and we sort of did the buffet style, which a lot of people do. Some people do traditionally; they'll have how many guests, and each person gets per plate. But we just figured it would be better and more affordable if we did the buffet style, and if people wanted more food, which the ironic thing is, not only did we, first of all, we were worried we weren't going to have enough people because our guest list was relatively smaller than what we projected for, and that included the food. We actually hit the mark exactly where we wanted within maybe a number or two, or a person or two, depending on if it's couples or singles. We had a few people that came. Most people came at least with a pair. We still had tons of food left over. I ate that food for several days. We ended up throwing a lot out just because can only eat so much. So, and like I told the host before, I would have been glad to send you some, but I don't think it would have made it to Colorado. So, but that's an unfortunate byproduct of food, and sometimes with guests, they're hungrier than they seem. So, it's just one of those situations that you'll be lucky if you get one plate. I know for me, I was lucky, and I was the groom. I was lucky to even get my plate because we're at the center of the attention. Everybody else is eating, and we didn't. I was probably one of the last ones to get in line, or somewhere around there. Myself and Miss Eliza there, so I managed to get at least one plate. And I definitely went back for a second helping because I'm like, if I don't go back, I may not see any of this. I didn't know at the time, so definitely always a hard thing to do there. But yeah, I mean, and the hard thing is even picking out food was, and we talked about this a lot of times because we had the caterer pick that we were going to use for food. But then it's a matter of what do you pick that's agreeable to everybody. Now, this is where I said you go back to a customary traditional wedding where they send you these meal options, chicken, beef, or fish. So it's kind of layman's terms simple enough. Well, we also thought we could do that, but everybody's different. We don't know who's going to want what. We don't want people not eating. We wanted to ensure there was enough food. So we did buffet style, and we picked and choose, kind of figure out the simple main categories of what to put in there. So fortunately it worked out, but in a lot of cases, you might find people that don't like certain things and they won't eat it. So we try to have a well enough variety. And I know for one thing we agreed on, and as much as I love it, we did not have a single seafood option.
I'm sorry to say this, but I do have to sleep out early. I'm tired as shit.
No, that's all right. You can stay as long as you need. It's not going to go super, super long over, but just for a little bit. So we'll get you on as long as you want. Oh, okay. No, that's perfectly fine. I mean, again, we're glad you could make it here because I know it was a long day, and we're just impressed you were able to come. So.
Well, I've been up since 5 this morning.
Yeah, no, totally. I believe that. Well, what we'll do is, I know it's a little unorthodox, but let's let Big Hoss give yourself your sign off and well wishes to everybody. We'll do that first.
Good night, everybody. If you're gonna drink, don't drive.
Yeah, especially if you're partying this weekend. Party hardy, but be safe, right? Well, we're glad you could be here with us. We'll be in touch, and then Big Hoss will be back. We'll be back next weekend for another episode. And again, if you want to run a show at some point, that's up to you. Well, you guys.
Think about it.
All right, you guys just stay posted. You know where to find us. So, thanks for being here, Big Hoss. We'll see you next week, buddy. Okay?
Alright, see ya.
All right, rest up. Yeah, it's great to have him there, but I was gonna say it's got to be tough because it's a lot of things happening. Pardon the sounds here. Let me close this off because I don't need this open anymore because it's just me right now. But great surprise that I have Big Hoss here. I'm glad he could make an appearance, which is always nice there. So we're going to continue on the show here. Sorry, we kind of got a little lost here. I wasn't sure. I didn't know what we're going to kind of talk about here coming in. We're definitely going to talk more about this vacation because that's what I wanted to share about tonight. And a lot of other things going on there. Just sitting by the fire, kicking back. Like I said, a lot of great things happening. A lot of some things that we're planning on. So hopefully we'll have more to share with you guys as we continue. We are going to go a little bit longer again tonight. I'm not sure. I think the initial plan was to do a 2-hour episode. I don't think we're going to hit that. I might go at least maybe close to an hour and a half, just to kind of counteract the fact we're not going to be on tomorrow night. So we'll do more of that in just a second here. Let's take a short pause there. Surprise for you guys, extra surprise. It's a longer episode, and Big Hoss was able to make an appearance, but he's off to Slumberland. He's exhausted and had a great time partying, so he'll definitely be back. We'll be back next weekend for sure, back to normal. Hopefully we'll have the others with us as well. But either way, the entertainment never stops. We always have a plan there for you guys. We'll do more here. I think we actually have, in the spirit of things, I think we're going to run at least 1 or 2 of these. We still have our patriotic songs on our playlist here. And technically, I know 4th of July is over, but we might scatter a couple in here just to play them, because this is going to probably be the last week, at least until probably Labor Day. We'll have these up again for you guys. But let's take a short pause either way. I definitely need a drink break. I don't know about you. I'm thirsty. And if you guys want to get a snack, of course, in the meantime, you can. If you're listening to this recorded-wise, you can stop this episode if you want. But if you want to let it play, there'll be songs going on in between as well. And of course, we also have ads playing in between, which we don't know when they pop up, so you'll have to forgive us for if there's any cutoffs there. We try to time it, but we don't have any control as far as when the ads play, so hopefully that won't mess things up too much. Either way, plenty more show here to go with you guys at the What's Up Bro podcast show on Friday night. This is going to be a jam-packed episode because this is it for our weekend. This is the whole weekend in one show for you guys. Of course, plenty more great things to come down the road. Hopefully some more surprises that we can share with you if time allows and if things go that way. I'll look forward to getting you guys all that, spill the tea with you, and give you more details as they come. So stay tuned, though. Come on back. I'm still here with you guys. Plenty more to go at the What's Up Bro show. Let's take our fire off here. I don't want the fire to burn out too quickly. I think it froze on me, though. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you know what? I think I'm having some... I'm not sure if it's... Okay, I can still pause it. There we go. I'm glitching crazy here. I know the internet gets wonky sometimes. Got it figured out. All right, guys, stay tuned for more. Come on back. We'll see you guys shortly here at the show. Your one and only place for entertainment, J&J Production Studios. We are here to entertain you, hanging out, as always, getting your weekend started. And if you are partying again, maybe you're late 4th of July bloomers and having a party this weekend, have at it, go for it. I fully expect to hear some fireworks because any excuse for people to shoot them off, they're going to do it. So why not? Go for it. Get them off, shake the dust off of them, get the crock pot out, get the fire grill going up. Either way, it's summertime. We can have a lot of fun. You can make some good food and have friends over just for no reason at all because you want to. So please do that for us. And we'll have more here at the show. Come on back. Stay tuned. Don't go away. The night is still young here at the What's Up Bro podcast show. We'll see you guys in just a moment.
audio fans, are you looking for fun and excitement? Have you been searching for that special show? You know, the one complete package you want in a podcast? Then check out the What's Up Bro podcast show and experience what true entertainment is all about. Stay tuned and don't miss the action. Available on your favorite streaming services, including YouTube. Thank you for all your support. And as always, we'll see you at the show.
We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
welcome. We are here at the What's Up Bro podcast show, brought to you by the one and only J&J Production Studio, home for entertainment. I apologize here. I think the internet's giving me a problem, so if you're missing blips of the show, let me just say that again. Welcome back, you guys. If you're listening or just tuning in, this is the What's Up Bro podcast show brought to you by the one and only J&J Production Studios, your one true home for entertainment. Unfortunately, we do have some issues with the internet now and again that causes the studio software to go wonky. I noticed this from last time when I did the episode and I uploaded it. There was a minute or two off that was missing, so I'm going to try to make sure I don't say too much, or I might try to pause. I'm not able to pause the software. It just continues to go, and I'm not able to do that, so you guys will have to bear with me. I apologize for the inconvenience there, and it's one of those things. Hopefully one day we'll figure it out, and maybe the internet will work properly, but until that time, we are where we are, and we're stuck with it, so hopefully you guys will bear with us. But we're back here. This is the What's Up Bro podcast show. Let's get our fire going here before we get too much further. I like the sound of the fire. It gives us good ambiance there. It is Friday night. It's our special summer vacation edition. We call it that because this will be the last episode for this weekend. The first and last, actually, because this is the first night we start off. And usually we run Saturday night, but I am leaving for a vacation, and Big Hoss is off there, so no show tomorrow night. We're going to go just a tad bit longer for you guys tonight, just to help you to not have too much of withdrawal, because I know you're going to be so miserable losing us for a night. But we will be back, fear not. We're back regularly next weekend. We're going to have an episode. We already have it pre-recorded because I will be back, but till we get everything set up. We already have a show lined up for Friday night. It's already up and available. It will be available come Friday. It's scheduled to launch. You can check it out and download it on your favorite podcast streaming service, wherever you get your podcast from. It'll be there. We have a special episode. We are going to the next installment of Into the Martial Arts World with our good friend Ramsey Veach from Impulse Martial Arts. You can check it out, impulsemartialarts.com. See some videos there and clips and photos, what we do, what we train for. If you're locally in the area and want to come try a class, you can. A lot of great seminars tend to happen as well, located in Easton, Pennsylvania. Come stop by and see us. You'll likely see me. I'm there quite often, so you'll get a chance to meet face-to-face in person, which would be awesome, and get some fun training in as well. And, of course, we're going to have, we did mention this at the start of the show, our good friend Miranda Maverick is going to join us, your UFC buddy that comes, and she's going to come back and talk to us about her latest fight from this past month. And we're going to get to know some more details there and just kind of chat a bit and have her back. We're looking forward to that. She's on the campaign trail, as we like to call it. She's out traveling, or the world tour, rather. I guess that's a better term. She's currently down in Florida and also doing some training seminars along the way. She's going to be back here to talk with us. We're going to see if we can work it out, too. If you want to help support her, you can get some merchandise, the official merchandise, at fearthemaverick.com. She said that she will work with us. There's a chance we can get a coupon code available, so if you guys want a discount on all items. A lot of great stuff there. Check it out. We've procured a few things that we have in our collection, which is awesome. One of which we have, and we're looking to possibly either auction off or give away, is a signed photo that she did hand sign when I met her in person. She signed it for us, which is great. And I did share some photos on our social media. You can check that out. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you like and comment and share, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, anywhere you can share it, and let us know that you did so, because we want to enter you in the drawing to possibly give this away. So that's up there for you guys, plus so much more coming up. A lot of great surprises to keep the summer rolling. 2023 is a big year. We're really hitting the ground running, hitting hard pavement, and we have no plans to slow down. So if you guys are not going to keep up with us, get left in the dust. We don't want that. So get on this gravy train with us. Stick around. We've got so many more things that we can do, want to do. A lot of great plans in the future that we're working on. And we have also, as I mentioned earlier, I want to just put this little teaser out there. Nothing is official yet, but there is a chance we might have another surprise mystery guest that may appear on the show. We've reached out. We've heard back. Still in the early development stages. Nothing is confirmed yet. We won't share any details until we know more, because I don't want to get everybody's hopes up. All we can say is we're going to leave that little bit of teaser out there. You do not want to miss it if we were able to have this special guest on. It's going to be an amazing episode. We always like to have guests on that talk about their unique hobbies, their jobs, just get to know them as unique people, individuals, and this is no different. This is no exception. So you guys are definitely going to want to keep track and tune in for that. So make sure you follow us. We'll keep updates on social media directly, and we'll give updates for the coming weeks as we do episodes of the show. This show and our other shows, we'll try to make sure we post or mention that in there as well. And once we have things confirmed, of course, we will give you guys more insight as to what that is. That's going to be a great surprise. Hope you guys will enjoy that. So, that being said, let's jump back in here. Again, I am sitting here solo, but I know you guys are listening, so I'm not just talking to myself, even though it feels that way. But I want to talk more about vacation there, because if you guys missed the first part of the show, I want to share. I'm actually going on vacation. This is probably the first time, I should say probably, it really is the first time in nearly a decade. And why it's so exciting is I'm finally going to be hitting the beach. I've been wanting to do this, had this on the to-do list for quite a while. Naturally, COVID kind of set things back a little bit and had more of a staycation over the last couple of summers, but wasn't all bad either. But this is really the opportunity to get to the shore, soak up some sun, hit those waves. I can't tell. I can hear and taste the salt water already. I can hear those darn seagulls that bother. I can smell the salt in the air. It's just going to be amazing. I just cannot wait. And we're going to enjoy it. Obviously, it's going to fly by quickly. I know this, and I'm trying very hard not to dwell on that, because it kind of kills the mood of the vacation before the vacation even really gets going. So, I mean, I'm also a realist. I think that's part of where my brain kind of betrays me, because I think it's just, maybe it's a curse of getting older. I don't know. A lot of you guys might be older. I know a lot of you guys are probably older than me. Some of you are my age. When you're a kid, I suppose, it really doesn't fly by, or doesn't seem to happen quite as quickly as when we, as adults, when we are planning trips, or thinking about those, time flying by, because we're obviously getting back. When you're a kid, there's none of care or wonder in the world. And again, envious, just because I remember those days. That's why they call them, and I know why they call them the good old days. It's nostalgia kicking in, you guys. A lot of you guys are probably sitting there laughing off too, knowing exactly what I'm talking about. When you're younger, you don't think about these things. You're not focused on that. And all I can say is, I wish to hell I was younger again, because it's not quite the same. Now, don't get me wrong. I've said this before, and actually I remember I was listening to it a little bit ago. I had done the interview that I did on Vigilantes Radio Live. If you guys didn't hear that, you can check it out. That episode is also available. We rebroadcasted it on our channel. It's on YouTube. It's also on Spreaker here. You can listen to the episode if you want to hear exactly. But I was listening to that again, and one of the lines that I made, which I still believe is true, but I should tweak it just a little bit. So during that interview, the comment I said, being an adult isn't fun, not growing up. It has its moments, and it can be. I said that more along the lines of thinking of it, it's not quite the same level as when you're a kid, because obviously there's drastic differences there. And you do notice that. It's not subtle by any means. It's drastically different. So that's what I meant when I said that. And again, we're all at different stages of life, and a lot of you probably agree with me, some might disagree, maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the bottom line is, though, and again, I do believe it's a lot more difficult to be an adult than it is a kid. But again, there are some benefits and perks. So I just wanted to clarify that in case anybody's ever wondering, why did Sam say that? That doesn't make... I kind of said it out of context a little bit. I could have been a little bit more specific. And of course, I wasn't prepared for some of the questions just because I had no prepping whatsoever as far as what was going to be asked of me and etc. So just for clarification's sake. But in the vacation mode, and this is true for a lot of us, you notice that I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show too, the headache part is the preparation part, where like right now we're working on packing and there's still so much to do, and oh my gosh, we're leaving tomorrow. So there's always that constant adulthood thinking of, shucks, I've got to, X, Y, Z. I got this, and this to do. And I fully expect us not to leave on time. I'm trying to say that quietly because Miss Eliza is not far away. I believe she has her earbuds in. She won't hear me, but I don't want to say it too loud because I don't want to jinx it and get her upset and stressed out. But I fully expect us to be running late when we leave. Nobody's fault. It's just a lot of prep work. And, I remember growing up, a lot of people always told the joke, you take everything except the kitchen sink. And I never understood that line until now I've gotten older. I realize I see what people mean now. That's a real thing. So, but see, as a kid, my parents did all that. I was just ready to go. I mean, my bag was packed, but it wasn't hard. My mom kind of laid things out. It was easy for me to do. Now I'm pretty much on my own, where I actually have to go through all the drawers, and I have to be meticulous, and I have to calculate what do I need, what don't I need. It's such a whole other ball game when you do that. So I'm saying this for a lot of you younger kids listening, like, appreciate it now, and appreciate the help your parents give you when you pack, because that day is going to come. You're going to be really on your own and doing it yourself, going like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. So I speak from experience, and I wish I could wind the clock back, but I can't. But either way, it hasn't been all bad. And I think the bottom line basis is going to be, once we get to our location and once we're there and, for lack of a better term, unpacked, for a manner of speaking, and a chance to settle in, and vacation mode kicks in, those first few days are going to be wonderful. So it's usually, I know this from staycation too, usually once you hit the midweek to the tail end of the week, just before, or whatever, or if it's just a couple days, whatever the length of your trip is, when you're on the tail end of that and knowing that the end is coming, that's usually when the stress kind of comes back. So, that's something that you try not to dwell on, but as an adult, that's usually what comes to the first part of your mind, the first thought of your mind. And so fully expect that and anticipate it, but nevertheless, we're still going to make the most of it and enjoy it. So, hopefully this will be the first of many vacations, at least on a regular basis. I already have plans for next year, and we have plans even after that. And taking even closer trips, like the holidays, we've done a lot of special things, and even fall time, there's a lot of great things to do. So it's a great opportunity when you can get away, and even if you just go somewhere local and go somewhere just for a little while, you don't have to necessarily go away for a few days or a week or whatever. Like a lot of festivals, like I know we have like harvest festivals coming up locally, and there's county fairs, and there's, shucks, you can even go to the movies if you really want to. That's always been a fun thing. Of course, obviously, what the cost of a movie is today. Most people stream anyway, but if you still want to venture out there, you can. I'm not knocking that. I'd love to go out to a movie again. It's just not something I will do all the time, because it's not as cheap as it was when I used to go to movies way back when. But of course, at that time too, streaming services were not what they are today. And matter of fact, I remember to this day still, and the granddaddy of all, which is still out there, but it is quickly falling behind in the dust, Netflix. Netflix was the only really big streaming service of its day at that time. And this is the fun story about this. I remember even when my parents had got a subscription to Netflix. This is way back when. Now, the streaming option online, there wasn't online streaming like there is now. This was back, and I'll never forget this because I always remember looking for it in the mail. So Netflix, what they did, and I'm not sure, it might have been different depending on the subscription, but we would have, our family subscription was, we get 3 movie or TV show discs sent to us in the mail. And generally what we would do is, like my sister and I would pick one, my mom and dad would pick one, and we'd pick one as a family kind of thing. So like we each had our own, that's kind of how we laid it out. But you had to wait for the disc to come in the mail, which was really irritating, especially if you were watching a TV series, because usually we could chew through it. If we sat down and watched it, we would chew through, say the first disc of a season had 10 episodes, we'd chew through that in less than like 48 hours, like 2 days worth. So, and then you had to wait because you had to send it back. You had to, if you wanted the next episode, there was the queue. You could log into Netflix and line up your queue, and the next whatever's coming after that, as soon as you mail it back, it would come back to you, and so forth. So that was interesting. And then, of course, they started the online streaming where you could just do it directly, which is great. And that's pretty much what we have today, because obviously there's no disc sent anymore. I know we used to have another service which I want to use again called Gamefly. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. Also a great thing. I don't know if it's still up and running. I don't know what they do anymore because I haven't used it in several years. But same idea. Only this time you had to get games sent to you, and you could keep them or you could send them back. It was a lot of fun there. But it's just interesting to see how the times change. Now, why I bring that up too is, that was really the only streaming service that was big at that time. So whenever movies released, it was very not uncommon for people to swarm to the theaters. And of course, movie tickets and concessions were not as expensive as they are today. It's not bad if you're treating yourself now and again, but it's just amazing how much the costs have gone up. But that was always a summertime fun thing to do. I remember a lot of times, even going on vacation, we would go on vacation to a different location or go to a different state visiting, and we'd still go to a movie there. What you're thinking, well, that's not anything different than when you're at home. Just something about being somewhere else. I don't know how else to explain it. You guys might understand that a little bit better than I do. Maybe you don't, but it's just, I don't know, just getting away and then doing something extra, and we just found something we love to do. So we would go to a movie. Now, it wasn't all the time, but it was an option that we could do. But see, nowadays, with all the streaming services available, I don't think people tend to go out. And I think the big killer was, obviously, when COVID hit, nobody could go to the movies. One of the major things I really got addicted to, which was a huge, I just had the word in my head and I lost it. What is that word? It's a huge, what do you call it when you get comfort? It's, spoiled. Yeah, hugely spoiled was, I think it was, now it's Max. It used to be HBO Max, but now it's just Max. They had a contract with Motion Pictures where any new movies that were set to release in theater, especially during the COVID pandemic, they could stream it directly. Anybody who had the Max, hard to say because it's only been Max for recently, but HBO Max, which is now Max, anybody who had a subscription they were paying for could stream the latest movies that were hit theaters would come right to your home. I'm trying to think exactly what I even watched. I remember watching The Matrix, the new Matrix movie that came out. That was there. Actually, I think that was the last one. There had to be a couple before that. I'd have to go back. But the point is, that was a huge boost that a lot of people got spoiled with, which naturally can't occur now because if it did, it put the movies out of business now. There wouldn't be as many people going out if that was the case. But it was a nice little kind of extra additional perk that I thought was kind of unique and kind of fun. But it's nice to have streaming with that. Now, there's also something to be said about having DVDs, and if you're going on vacation, you can take. I thought about taking some with me. I don't know if I will, but a good old-fashioned DVD or hard disk for that you can take. I actually could bring I have a travel DVD player. I could do that. It's especially great if you're going to take a trip on a motorhome. I mean, usually they have TVs in there, but if you want to watch something, maybe if your parents want to watch something else, you can take the DVD player into, like the bedroom where you're staying. I mean, unless you have like your own laptop or tablet, you can watch, obviously. But those are kind of the neat things when you think about going on vacation and packing that. And obviously, you want to do things out of the ordinary, which necessarily we can watch movies anytime. But I will say to you guys, for me, that can be a great vacation in and of itself because typically, I don't get as much opportunity to watch and do that as I normally can and would. So it's really nice to have that where you can break away and you can definitely have the ability to catch up on some movies that maybe you haven't either watched for a while or been wanting to watch. And I have that same thing. I always have this list, and sometimes even just going through movies, there's so many to pick from. You just feel like putting anything or everything on. Now, the flip side of that, and I've shared this before, but this is another drawback, fatal flaw of getting older and being a lot busier than when I was younger. I don't have the stamina like I used to. I love being an night owl. And anytime my parents would allow my sister and I, or if I had friends over to do it, stay up late into the night watching movies, watching TV shows, playing video games. That's one thing I miss. I definitely would love to do. Maybe not so much on this vacation round, but it's on the agenda down the road. I just don't have the stamina anymore, and 9 times out of 10, and it's kind of scary because I remember thinking even as of late, put a movie on or put a TV show on, and you're sitting down after a long day, you get tired, you get comfortable, and all of a sudden you just fall asleep. And I've missed several of my favorite show episodes. Now, granted, I've seen these shows before, so it's kind of like rewatching them, but at the same time, it's like I would love to get through an episode without nodding off. And apparently I snore quite a bit from what I'm told, and I won't know this because I'm usually out cold, but it's just difficult when you're not able to do that. And I'm hoping now on vacation that trend will change a little bit because I really want to enjoy it. Does that mean I'm going to stay up later than I normally do? Not necessarily, but it does mean I have the opportunity to at least try to change my routine up at least a little bit. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping that I'll at least get a little more entertainment. I mean, sleeping wise will be great, but I'd like to do some more things while I'm conscious as well. That's kind of the whole point. But again, going to the beach, I'm not sure days like that, if I get out for a few days, that's probably going to zap you out. Being out in the heat, being out in the waves. I remember from years past, it always wore me out as a kid, so now as an adult, I'm not sure how that's going to make me feel. But time will tell. I'll definitely keep notes for you guys, which I will be happy to share too once we're back next weekend for another episode there. Probably go over that a little bit, share with you guys. But yeah, looking forward to it nevertheless. Apparently I can't talk again. It's the weekend. I'm just cramming for this vacation, and I got to pace myself more. I'll tell you what. I did some yard work the other day. It really wasn't advisable because it was so hot. I pushed myself, which I probably shouldn't have, but I did. And I got to learn to take it easy because one day I'm going to be a lot older than I am now, and I'm not going to be able to do it. So I guess I should enjoy it while I can. But either way, this vacation is going to be epic. It's going to be awesome. I look forward to sharing it with you guys too. And, of course, all the great things that are coming up here down the road at the show there. So let's take another break here. I'm going to take just a bit longer break here just to play a little bit more music for you guys, get us in the right frame of mind here to continue your Friday night, kick back and chill and relax. And, you know, you can always replay these episodes. You guys can go back and pick your favorite, even if there's no new episode, which there won't be tomorrow night. But you guys can go back and listen to any of them. They're all available. We keep them live up to date for you guys. Try to keep every single one up posted on all the platforms that we have them available, whether that's through any kind of podcast streaming service or YouTube or SoundCloud. You know, go check them out. They're there. Go back and listen to some of your favorites, top hits. We might even create a list. I should look about doing that eventually. If we continue to have more, our special guest episodes are a lot of our favorites because we get some great friends on there. Of course, we had our big celebrity guest of the year and potentially could have another one. I will say that. That's where I'm going to leave it. I can't go any further than that. I don't want to get hopes up. But we might do a category just on those episodes alone because those have been some of our favorite ones. And, you know, we love meeting new people and we love to have the ability to share with you guys listening and point you guys in the right direction and also help other potential people, whether that's their own independent businesses or like for Miranda, we try to help promote her for her UFC fighting career there and for merchandise to help her continue her dream there to chase. You know, that's kind of our goal with everybody. We want to help out as much as possible, and we're going to do it any way we can, and we get some great information and meet some new friends along the way, which is always a fun process in and of itself. So definitely looking forward to more of that, and we hope we can get more of the roster coming up. Always reaching out to new people, trying to get some details in. So we'll see what happens, but either way, we've had a great year. It's going to be a fantastic run. We still have several more months to go before 2023 is over, and to see what 2024 has in store. I know at least one upgrade that's going to be happening around that time, which we've shared before. We'll share again later on, but also more things to come. And who knows, down the road we might have some opportunities to invest and do more great things and put even more into this, but we'll see what happens. Either way, it's going to be awesome. We can't wait to do it. Can't wait for the holiday episodes coming up. It's going to be amazing. And of course, most importantly, we love all of you guys and we want to see you guys continue to grow. We're one big family here. Hope you guys will share with all your friends and loved ones and just all listen and let's hang back together and kick back and relax. That's what we're here for. To educate you, but to entertain you all in one clip. And how many places can say that? Maybe a few, but not with our own unique brand that we have here at J&J Production Studios. The only place you'll find this unique brand of entertainment. Stick around, you guys. Still a bit more to come. A little extra special, longer episode tonight. We're going to go just a little while longer to give you guys that entertainment to help tide over your weekend until we resume next weekend. And maybe a bonus show or two coming up this week. We'll see. Lots more great stuff to come. Anniversary show, guests galore, probably more in the game corner. We're going to try to work that out as well. And the wheel just keeps turning on and on. Hope you guys will stay on this journey with us. So glad to be here with you on your Friday night. Come on back. Stay tuned for more. Don't go away. More of the show to come. Stick around.
Do what you want, do it. Do what you want, do it.
Hey there, do you love podcasts? Are you having difficulty finding the right ones to listen to? Is it frustrating when you're trying to pick that show? You know, the one where everyone must collectively agree on? Like finding a good movie or TV show to watch, do you look for the most jam-packed entertainment that's possible to find in a single episode every week? Then search no more, and welcome to J&J Production Studios. It's our business to provide the best entertainment and information available for you. Whether you're sitting in that comfy chair with your favorite snack and beverage listening live each week, or downloading your favorite show episodes to take with you on the go while you're at work, exercising, or even just to play at night for you to fall asleep to. There's something for everyone, no matter what size, shape, or age you are. Visit www.linktree.com/J_J Production Studios to find all the streaming services where our podcast shows can be found. You can also connect with us on your favorite social media platforms, including Facebook and Twitter. You can join our public Discord server and chat directly with us. But wait, there's more. You can subscribe to our official YouTube channel and be notified every time a new show is broadcast. Wish you could have some studio souvenirs or collectibles? Guess what? You can. Visit the official store where you can purchase items featuring your favorite podcast and show hosts. Would you like to help support us? You can do that by getting your very own exclusive membership on our Patreon account. All proceeds go to help us upgrade our shows, which will only enhance the entertainment provided to you. Thank you so much. We're excited to have you as an audience. Your love and support are always appreciated. We'll see you soon.
Are you enjoying the show? Do you want even more great content? Then check out the What's Up Bro podcast show's link tree for all studio accounts, including the official show website, brought to you by J&J Production Studios. Catch all your favorite episodes of the show when they're uploaded. Curious to know who makes the show possible? Meet the cast and crew. Discover the magic behind the microphone, not just in front with our staff bios. Want to chat with other audience fans? Enter the forums section. Talk, engage, and interact with listeners from all over the globe. Not on social media and want the latest information? Then subscribe to the podcast newsletter and get everything delivered straight to your inbox. No matter what, you'll always stay connected. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more.
We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. break time is over. We're so glad you stayed tuned. Now back to the action as the show is set to resume.
Well, I hope nobody fell asleep yet, but if you did, that's perfectly okay. I'm sure there's others still listening. If you're just tuning in live, welcome. This is the What's Up Bro podcast show brought to you by the one and only J&J Production Studios, your home for entertainment. It's our summer vacation episode, which we titled that because even though it really doesn't affect everybody directly, we won't have, except for, well, I should say this is how it affects everybody. There will be no episode tomorrow night. This is an extra special long edition episode for you guys tonight because we wanted to give you guys as much chance to sit back and chat with us as possible for the weekend because we're usually here Friday and Saturday nights. But I'm leaving for vacation tomorrow, which is Saturday, so we won't have a show tomorrow night. Big Hoss might run an episode during the week. We'll have to see how that goes. He's going to keep me posted. We'll let you guys know as much as we can. And if you weren't able to catch Big Hoss, he was with us actually surprisingly at the start of the episode. We didn't think he'd be here because he was at a wedding. He's had a long day. He did duck out a bit earlier, but he was able to appear for a little bit, which was nice because our other friends are not available as well. So extra special bonus content for you guys here. And actually, before I get too much further, I do want to get the fireplace going. There we go. I wish there was a way I could just incorporate that to start right away. Unfortunately, well, with everything else, it could cause issues, so I just don't want to do that. But we're still learning some things. We're trying out some new techniques, and we're figuring it out. So eventually, we'll have it all kind of together. But nevertheless, we have this special episode for you guys, and so many great things that are going to be coming up. I can't even begin to describe to you guys. We really want to hit the pavement hard. We're going to work at really getting some great content for you guys coming up here in a few weeks and months. It's just been a crazy busy month for me, specifically this month. It's going to be my birthday actually coming up at the end of the month, which we might have an episode that weekend. I don't know for sure. I'm going to have to see what the schedule looks like. But we're really working hard to make something special for you guys, create great content. You know, usually we come and sit, chat, we have a lot of fun, and sometimes we do talk a lot about nonsense, but we just try to really be entertaining and relaxing. You know, we try to stay away from those hot button topics. Sometimes you guys have heard us in the past, we do get a bit more philosophical, I think, than we plan. I know at least I do. I'm sure for Hoss too. But, you know, the goal is just to provide great content and to really give you guys the best experience where you can relax and kick back for your weekend and just let your troubles melt away, even if it's just for a short period of time. So that's the goal. That's why we're here, and that's really what we are hoping we can achieve. Even if it's just one person listening, it's still better than none, and that's one person more that we can help that maybe, you know, looking for something special and we can give it to you. So that's really the huge fringe benefit there. And, you know, by having the ability to have different shows, you know, during the week, which we're going to try to get that schedule rolling again as well, that affords you guys the ability to have different content at different points in time. And, you know, some of you guys might like the main show like we have here tonight. Some of you guys might like the Law and Justice show. Maybe you like the sports show. I mean, there's all kinds of things. The Game Corner is there. You know, we try to have something for everybody. We try to be that soothe-sounding voice, or voices rather, for you guys. Really to the point of, as the advertisement, we have that for our commercial. You know, even if you guys want to fall asleep to us, that's perfectly fine. It still provides a service. I've been half tempted, I will say this. I'm a big fan of ASMR, and I will say that there is something that we may incorporate that down the road. A lot of people seem to like it. I don't know. This is just sort of a running idea that I haven't shared with my other partners here doing that, but we might consider that at some point. You know, I hate to add a whole... I'm not sure if we... I shouldn't say I hate to. I don't know if we'd add a whole podcast to our repertoire and network. But at the very least, we will get a few episodes out here and there, maybe even for the main show. I'm not sure. Maybe like on this nights when, if I'm flying solo or one of the other guys is flying solo, we could do some kind of ASMR for you guys if you guys love that. I know it's a huge hit. There's a lot of great content creators for ASMR on YouTube, which I have a lot of favorites that I really love and enjoy. So not looking to compete either, just to add another layer to be able to help folks. And really rather... I was actually thinking perfect way to put that in there. We have our other podcast, Nighttime Sleep with Dr. Haas, I was thinking about utilizing that because I know a lot of people, myself included in the past, have used ASMR to help fall asleep to. So I think that would be a wonderful idea. I think that could be great. So something along the lines in that quiver of potential that we have for new content down the road. So we'll keep you guys posted there. And of course, we want to get our streams going on Twitch and Kick. We have our channels there, which we're hoping to utilize. We might do something there special for the 1-year anniversary show. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how that goes. Plenty to ponder up and plenty to think about. But definitely want to play some extra music tonight. And we did get our patriotic tunes in there because it's still the early part and still technically close enough around 4th of July that we want to use these. Probably won't have them again until Labor Day, but we're definitely going to hold on to them. They're great classics and great artists that do it. Again, we mentioned it before. I'm sorry, this is going to bother me. Give me 1 second. Oh, we did some spring cleaning, and I noticed some things that were on the floor that were out of my reach that I wanted to pick up. So I got it. There we go. As I knock it over, we wanted to. I just lost my train of thought. Give me 1 second. I want to get this up here. We have things falling everywhere. Again, this is all part of the cleaning of prepping for going on vacation. Let me see. I go back. I should listen to this. I'm probably gonna remember it later. Brain farting here. I know I was saying about the streaming and doing something special. We do want to. This is not quite, I think, in line, but I want to go back. We're trying to branch out and do different things, and obviously, the holidays we love doing. Oh, that's what I was saying. There you go. See, I happen to remember it. When I said holidays, I think about the music. If you have, we've shared this before, but can't say a big thank you enough. If you're looking for a project, check out soundstripe.com. If you guys are wondering, that's where we get a lot of our music from. We have an account there. A lot of royalty-free music. Great for projects, especially like on YouTube and other places where you don't have any copyright issues. That's great. You can utilize that. They have a huge variety selection, a lot of great artists. And I will say, finding these songs, there weren't many, but when I quickly went on before our 4th of July special this past weekend, I hope I can find some kind of patriotic music, because if not, we'll utilize whatever we have. We're just going to have to edit that later on. I was actually able to find a few songs. There were just a couple, but it really worked out superbly well because they are phenomenal and fantastic. If you guys couldn't get that or tell from the gist of it, I mean, these artists are just amazing. So if you were looking for that for a project, highly recommend Soundstripe. And also check out Fiverr.com. Some of you guys may have heard of that. I believe they're in partnership with Spreaker, but all of our voice actors we found there for our commercials, all of the artwork that we had done that we used for the store, for the podcast logos, for the main logo, we had some work done. One of our great friends, I shouldn't say great friends, but one of the people that we worked with, offering us a chance to work with him again, which we will down the road. So great place to go. Check it out, Fiverr.com, for all your other visual needs as far as voice actors, creating podcasts, having podcast scripts, SEO, YouTube, and growing your channel or getting noticed there, guest appearances on other podcast shows. I mean, the list goes on and on. Great tools for up-and-comers, whether you're starting your own podcast show or whatever you're doing, creating your website. Sky's the limit. You can check it out. A lot of great people there. Do your homework, do your research, check out reviews. Check out our page if you want to. We are going to try to get up. We have it in the process of doing a seller's page. You can do as a buyer, but we want to offer the ability to have folks on as a guest on our podcast show, which we're just working on setting up that. We're going to see about getting that together. But yeah, all kinds of great things there. And, it's a great way to get yourself started, kind of like we did. And I say that as nostalgic as possible because we're coming up on a year already. I can't believe it. It just feels like still, in some regards, we just started this show. But it's been a great year. And we're looking forward to many years to come. And we're really hoping that things continue to grow. They've grown quite a lot in the last few weeks alone. So it can only go up from here. We're looking forward to that, and we're going to get better with this, and we're going to really try to invest and incorporate more things as we go. But we love what we do here, and we love helping others. We love working as a team. We love all of you guys listening. This is not your typical everyday of the average normal job, which is why we like it too. And I don't know if this will ever be a career goal for us full-time, but even as a part-time side gig, which is what it is, we enjoy it. You know, and really it's not even about making the money. It's just having fun and kicking back and letting you guys know we're here for you, and that, you know, we're average folks just like anybody else. You know, we are not super special. We are not better than anybody else. We're not anything. You name it. List off the top of your head there. It's all going to fit into place there. But we're just here to provide you guys the content we can, and we are here for you, and we love you all. We appreciate you all so much, even if it's just a handful of you. You know, we couldn't do this without you. We wouldn't do it without you. And it just gives us the great opportunity to utilize our talents as who we are as individuals. I think about this line. I said it before, and it was really true, and I still mean it. I said it even earlier tonight. If you guys didn't catch that little Easter egg, you missed it. I'll say it again, though, because we're going to get ready to wrap up here actually shortly. We're at about the time I think we're going to call it for a night. During the interview that I gave, you know, I mentioned on the show that I'm sure there's a lot of shows that are similar to what we do, whether that's the What's Up Bro show or any of the others. You know, it's hard to really kind of create your own thing. Everybody can. I'm not saying it's not unique, but I think what's not unique, what is unique about it, if I get my metaphors and my words straight, pardon me, is even if you have a show that's similar to somebody else's, there's nobody else quite like yourself. There's nobody like us. There might be similars, there may be potential copycats, but truly original people like us, like yourselves, can really create something special. This didn't happen overnight for us. You guys may have heard this. We've shared this many times before, but you know, I wish you could really see and maybe we'll do a kind of a special episode one time where we take you back behind the scenes. Actually, if you check out our Patreon, we'd love to have some supporters there. We'll definitely do something like that behind the scenes of how the shows are created, what happens, and maybe take you on a tour behind how this all came to fruition. But the bottom line at the end of the day is it didn't happen overnight. We put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. And the beautiful part about it when we started was we had an idea, we had some goals that we kind of want to implement and put in place. And how do I want to say that? We wanted to obviously make it special, which we feel we did. And we just didn't honestly know what direction it was going to take. I even said out of the gate, this could totally flop. We could totally fail at this. There's no guarantees, just like in life and anything, small business or not, whatever you're trying at. There's no guarantees in any way, shape, or form. But you want to at least, and we try to emphasize this to help people along, to encourage, give it your best shot. Whether you fall flat on your face, whether this makes you a millionaire, a fortune, I think about this a lot, where I think it's incredible, but people stumble across developing their own app. Not college bound or anything, necessarily. Not always true. But they become billionaires overnight. The only classic example I can think of, and I know he did graduate out of Stanford, is Mark Zuckerberg, who had the great idea, came up with Facebook, which is launched all across the world and made billions of dollars. But it's simple ideas like that. You know, so be creative, be inventive, and take a risk. What's worst that's going to happen? You know, maybe it grows into something. Maybe it doesn't. You know, I keep telling myself this all the time, and I'm getting so tired of being afraid of not taking risks, not trying like I did with music or trying with the podcast now. I mean, my goals have shifted as I've gotten older, and I still have to be practical. I still need to make a living and provide for my family and live. But I also want to take risks. I'm not getting any younger. And I don't want to have any regrets looking back saying, oh, I wish I would have done this, or I should have done this, or why didn't I try this? I don't want those to be the questions that are going to burn in my mind forever. So with that being the case, failure does not scare me, because at least I can say I tried. And that's the same, I hope, for all of you guys, that you at least make the effort. Don't set too high a goal expectation. It's not a bad thing to want and to wish and dream, but just give it your best shot. And don't be discouraged, and don't let other people that may not support you talk you out of anything. Don't give up on your dream. Even if it doesn't make sense to someone else, it makes sense to you, and that's why you're going for it. So just go for your goals there. Focus on you. That's what it's all about. That's the most important thing. There will be others that will support you, and ideally, hopefully, especially families. But don't be discouraged. Don't listen to the doubters. Don't listen to the naysayers. Focus on what makes you happy. Focus on what you want to try, and don't be disheartened and don't be crushed if things don't go quite the way you planned. Like for us here, we started taking off. Things are growing. I expect things to grow further. I mean, we're still not quite where we would love to be, but we are also realistic and understand that it takes time. I can't tell you how many YouTubers I've watched over the years that have said, I've thought about giving up. I've been doing YouTube for X amount of years and nothing happened, and all of a sudden things just take off. So sticking with it. Small-term, short-term goals, long-term goals, plan of action, anything along those lines. Stick with it. Give it your best shot. You can do it. Don't quit. Don't give up. At least know you gave 110%. And the outcome will take care of itself. And that's where we are with the show. So that's just kind of my little bid for you guys. And the reason I say that as well is it talks about taking time off or taking vacation time or just taking time for you to relax. Now's the time. Summer is here. That's why everybody does it. It's not a thing of the past. It's not anything new. It's just got to take the ability to go for it. Take those few moments, even if it's just for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or an hour. Take a little mini vacation, whatever the case is. Do something for you. Do something that you love, and just, let the rest happen. Let the chips fall where they may. Play the cards that you're dealt. I could go on forever with metaphors, but I'm not going to. So, you guys get the idea. But that's another big example of why we try to share what we do here and what we're attempting with our podcast, because I always said this to Haas, and we talked many times. This was a brainchild that we worked on for quite a period, several months, I think nearly a year really, before we actually started launching anything. And we knew it was not going to be easy, but we were determined to stick with it and to give our best and to commit not only our talent but financially as much as we could. So that's our continual goal. That's what we want to do, and we're going to keep working at it. That's why we're here. So, and if we help people along the way, even better. I don't care if this doesn't make us a dime. If this is going to be beneficial for someone out there listening that can be cheered up by our crazy radical goofiness, or get some words of wisdom from insights when we share our personal stories or share life lessons, which we do a lot, that's really what it's all about. That's why we will continue to do it. We'll continue to do it. The memories will be there even after we're dead and gone. So unless we can come back and do it from the grave, which I don't think is possible, we'll still have episodes available, of course. So you can always go back and listen to us when we were young in our early days. I'll probably listen to a lot of these episodes again when I'm old, super old. But either way, that's what we're here for. That's what we're going to continue to do. And we want this journey to continue with you guys and hope that you will ride along with us. With that being said, I'm actually going to kick the fire out first because I want you guys to be able to hear me clearly. Not that the fire takes a lot of it away, but let's turn the fire off. It is that time for the night to wrap things up here, you guys. Hope you all had a great great week this week. Hope you have a great weekend. The rest of this weekend, I know it's early yet. You got all day tomorrow and even Sunday, depending on what your schedules are like. Hope this gives you guys a great chance for some entertainment. We love you guys, and this is why we do what we do. We have everything planned there. We're going to keep coming back and hope you guys will too as well. But we hope you guys enjoy these episodes, these shows. Can't wait to come back with you guys soon. Be thinking about you all, especially on my vacation. Not too much, but I'm going to enjoy myself. But this is also what relaxes me, so I think I can fit that in there without stressing myself out unnecessarily. But either way, thank you guys so much from all of us here at the studio. We love and appreciate you all. We say it all the time. It might get redundant, it might get old, but it means it's just as much true, and we mean it just as much as if we're saying it for the very first time. Thank you guys so much for what you allow us to do. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being there for us and being with us. We look forward to so much more, and we can't wait to be back next weekend. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that and for more great content coming up. Still a big year. 2023 is our year. We want to cap it off yet. We're at the rest of the summer and really hopefully cap it off at the end of the year with a bang. We'll see how that goes. We never know. We always prepare and have a plan, but sometimes things unexpectedly catch us by surprise, kind of like Big Hoss joining us tonight, which is a great treat. So thank you all so much. Catch your favorite episodes anywhere you get your podcasts. It's up and available. You can download your favorite episodes, take them with you. Go back and listen to some classics. Go back to the early days when we were still figuring things out and made quite a few mistakes. We've gotten a lot better. We're still working at it, but find some of those classic memories that bring that nostalgia along. That's my favorite word, I think, for tonight. That's the word of the day, nostalgia. Go back, check it out. Check out some of our classic favorites. We're going to try to maybe do have a kind of a mix somewhere where we can have our favorite episodes or the ones that are top-notch for the year. But we can't wait for more, you guys. Stay tuned also next month for our anniversary episode. We'll keep you guys posted. We're going to put some great thought and process into that. It's going to be incredible. Hope you'll tune in for that as well. But for all of us here at J&J Production Studios, for Big Hoss, for even myself, Mr. Fire, Boo Boo, everybody else, all of our special guests, all of our friends that join us, we thank you guys. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. Please be happy, be healthy, and be safe. Take care. As Big Hoss mentioned earlier too, don't drink and drive. Be safe. Have a great weekend if you're celebrating an extended 4th or just getting your 4th of July this weekend. However you do it, that's the great thing about having a holiday in the middle of the week. Enjoy it. Be safe. Have your friends there and loved ones available. Make the most of it every day. And of course, have I want to think of something else I can say in there to kind of motivate. Yes. Of course, no matter what you choose, what you do, just be you. Be yourself. Don't be anybody else. And the magic will happen when you least expect it. For all of us here, you guys, have a great night. We say goodbye for now. But of course, until next time, there will be a next time. We'll be back soon where we will see you at the show. Good night, everybody. Take care. We'll see you all soon.
Thank you for listening to the What's Up Bro show. Catch all the latest live action on your favorite podcast streaming services, including Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. You can also check out episodes on the studio's official YouTube channel. Subscribe and become a member today. Don't forget to also turn on notifications so you'll know when new content is uploaded. Stay tuned and don't miss a single moment. We love and appreciate all your support. And as always, we will see you at the show.